We continue to follow breaking news for you tonight out of South Fargo. One person is dead after an officer-involved shooting this morning. Valley News team's Harrison Price spoke with police and joins us live now from the scene with the very latest. Harrison.
Yeah, Courtney, the Fargo Police Department responded to a shooting call from an officer-involved shooting call at 10:50 a.m. this morning. The dialogue between the officers and the suicidal man happened earlier today, and it went back and forth, and eventually that man was shot and killed by officers. Now, there was a press conference at 2 p.m. where Chief Zabolski detailed multiple contacts that the individual man had throughout this year.
As to the incident itself, our department had received numerous calls for service since approximately 7:30 this morning from the same individual, asking for similarly the same things: medical assistance and an expression of suicidal ideations.
Now, investigators were here at around 3:45 today, where they left and they were surveying the scene. 2 officers were involved in the shooting. Those names are yet to be released, but we'll be sure to keep everybody updated at home as we know more. Courtney?
All right, Harrison, thanks for that live report. We are working to speak with neighbors now. You can catch the very latest tonight on Valley News Live at 10.